Owen, tell me
It's
something.
raining.
Dahm, that's true. Oh, welcome everybody back to another episode of Dahm. That's true. Of course, I'm your host of the most Truman and Steam Machine Steen. As always, I'm joined by the bomb.
Kaboom.
Owen Dahm. We're coming at you live from a fucking
Tornado watch.
tornado watch. Yeah. I think the big
warning,
stuff hit
I
us
think.
this afternoon. Like 4 o'clock. It really came
Yeah.
down.
What's the difference between warning and watch? Warning is like could happen. Watch is like
No.
we see a tornado.
No, that's the flip. Watch is that you should be watching. A tornado might come. Warning is a tornado is coming.
All right.
We were on tornado watch because the tornado watch they'll issue in the morning. They're like, hey, Tuesday there's gonna be a tornado watch, and it's like, oh shit, and then it's like, but then it's just like, yeah, there's a watch all day.
Tornado warning means tornado has been sighted,
There you
and a watch means that could be favorable. Yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. I thought
Thank
you were
you.
wrong.
You know who's also right? The people that are subscribed to the Patreon, the patrons
Mm-hmm.
over at patreon.com/disaster. Shout out Joe, Aaron, Skylar, Dylan, Ozzy, Mailbox King City now up in the United District.
Stepping up their social media game.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, follow them on TikTok or Instagram, MailboxKC. But also, make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. Comment how many inches of rain you got. Comment how much hail damage your car got. Your car getting any hail damage?
No.
My car.
Was
so
there hail
yeah, there was hail.
today?
Yeah, there was dime-sized, nickel-sized hail. Yeah,
The fuck, I might have some hail damage then. I didn't check.
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't the damaging type hail. What I will say though is that so my roof of my car is glass. And I don't know if that helps it or hurts it.
Probably helps.
Like, that's less likely to dent,
It's probably got
but it's also
fiberglass
more
coating.
likely to break.
Probably got a fiberglass coating.
Yeah, but I mean,
So,
I don't think
well, like
I don't think hail would
windshields?
break into my car, but I wonder if it's going to break easier than a.
Well, think
dent
about
would
it.
form.
Your
It's going to
windshield,
cost more to
your
fix.
windshield doesn't chip from hail; it chips from rocks.
It also chips from hail. To be fair,
When is your?
I've been in a hailstorm where the fucking windshield got fucked up. It was scary.
That is scary.
I ever show you those pictures?
No.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I was in a work truck in Colby, Kansas, and fucking got blasted. Totaled the truck.
From hail?
Yes. It also bent the frame. It looked like you had taken a baseball bat to the frame. It was
Damn.
legit. Like, I was in my car.
And you were like genuinely worried?
I legit covered I put a hoodie over my face just in case the windows broke because I didn't want broken glass to hit me in the face.
Damn.
The windshield cracked. Luckily, none of the windows broke because I think those would go.
Yeah, probably.
But there was 4 or 5 impact points on the windshield that did break.
Tornadoes be like, what small town can I destroy today?
Colby, Kansas that day. But it was just hail.
There was a town that was flattened by a tornado last night.
Really?
A 2-mile wide wedge tornado.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Like Plevna, I believe.
Damn. Man.
Yeah, so
Thoughts?
thoughts and prayers to those people.
Yes.
Jeez.
Let's talk about the Chiefs' schedule instead of
Woo!
Yes. Oh, and the Chiefs' schedule got released. I don't know if you saw this or not.
I did, yes.
Pretty big news. Chiefs, most primetime games again, of anybody.
Saw that, yes.
8 games, I think. I think somebthen had 7, and then a couple teams have 6, and then a bunch of teams have 5, I've been saying.
Yeah.
But Chiefs, 8 primetime games.
Which is nice, which means 8 free games, which is cool.
What?
Primetime means they're on the local cable, so you can not have to pay for those games.
Yeah, no, primetime's the only games that aren't on local
No, they
cable.
are.
Well, but they're also on. All the games are on local cable.
Not all of them, depends.
What games aren't on local cable?
Any game not on primetime is not 100% guaranteed to not be blacked out.
Yeah,
primetime games are 100% guaranteed.
You know the times that they black out games, right?
No.
It's whenever you don't technically sell enough tickets. The Chiefs will never, for the next 20 years, will not have to worry about.
Yeah, but also when you get
every now and even when the Chiefs were dog bad, like 09, 08, they maybe got blacked out once. There's maybe one game that wasn't available
Sure,
on
but
local television.
but prime time means it's national television, which means it's on local cable because it'll be on like KCTV5 or whatever.
But technically, those games are more likely to end up on Peacock or Prime. You know that CBS and Fox is national television, right?
Yes, so it doesn't end up on Peacock or Prime because it's a nationally televised game.
Well, Peacock is NBC.
Yes, but they wouldn't put that game on Peacock if it's a nationally televised game.
Playoff game was on Peacock.
That's a playoff game.
That's national TV.
It's different than prime time, which is a very specific
It was at
designation.
7:15.
Prime time is a specific denomination of games.
Oh, and what do you think Monday Night Football is
Truman,
on?
I'm correct on
Oh,
this.
and what do you think Monday Night Football is on?
I don't know.
ESPN.
Okay.
You know what's not a local channel?
Well, it's not a primetime game now, is it?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh my! What do you mean? This is the dumbest argument I've ever had in my life. No. What?
Prime time means something specific. There are now multiple games on Mondays.
What? No.
Prime time is a designation, meaning national coverage, meaning it's going to be on your Channel 4, Channel 10, whatever. For everybody. I am correct.
These aren't at prime times, though. Prime time refers to 7 o'clock. It refers to night games.
Not really.
Yes. Yes.
No, not in the case of the NFL.
You're talking about like the national games, the national game of the week.
No,
that's the 425 game on Fox. That's what we're gonna talk about. They play the Bills at 325.
Dude, okay.
That's when they talk about the Chiefs have 8 primetime games. It's because we play. It's like 3 games on Sunday Night Football, 2 games on Monday Night Football, 2 games on a game on Christmas, a game on Thanksgiving, and a game on Friday. Those are the primetime games. And you know how I know this? There's only 4 noon games. There's not 13 primetime games.
For the Chiefs?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Why would you? I'm gonna have to listen to you fumble through and Google primetime games to learn that this is not what you mean.
No, I'm correct.
I'm losing my mind, man. What? You're thinking of something different.
I don't think I am.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to be over here counting the games.
Also, Prime is free, first of all. So Thursdays.
Prime is not free. Prime is not free to everybody. You have to have an Amazon Prime. Famously, it's in the description. Of it.
Free with your Prime account.
Thank you. But technically, all games, pretty much the NFL has worked out a deal that all games will be free to the local television because the game that was on Peacock was released onto NBC locally. The games that are on Prime on Thursday Night Football, which is prime time, do get released onto CBS locally as well. I think it's CBS, it might be ABC. They work out a deal to play it on one of the stations. It actually probably depends on your local syndication.
Wait, so you're agreeing with what I'm saying? Is that they're being shown on
No,
local TV?
I'm not agreeing what you say. Every game is shown on local TV unless it is blacked out. The only time it is blacked out is when they don't sell enough tickets. They have not blacked a Chiefs game out in 20 years, at least.
It's got to be racist.
That's got to be racist.
Why did you set your phone down? I thought you were going to pull up the definition of primetime game.
My phone broke.
No. I beat my head against the fucking wall for this fucking... oh, my God.
It's just crazy.
I'm taking the rage bait. It's insane. I'm sorry.
It's crazy that I've never been wrong in my life.
I'm going to count this just so we know.
Wait, do we have 2 Friday games in a row?
No. I mean, kind of. That's the last preseason game.
Oh.
You get a week off. But Chargers is primetime in Brazil. Giants is primetime on Sunday Night Football.
I could have sworn
Jacksonville's Monday
I
Night
was
Football.
listening to the radio.
Detroit is Sunday Night Football.
And they said every primetime game
Commanders.
is the national game so that it's on everyone can see that game for free.
No. There are national games of the week where it's like you get America's game of the week when it's
Right.
the
It's like
Chief-
Cowboys,
yeah.
fucking Eagles or something.
the Chiefs versus Bills is at 3:25. I'm almost sure, and that's the national game. Yeah, there it is. So that'll be on CBS or probably they protected that game. They will not put any games against it unless your team in your local like jurisdiction is playing. So everybody will see Chiefs versus Bills at 3:25 on that Sunday game unless like you're a Chargers fan and they're playing.
I just can't believe my phone broke mid podcast.
All right. Let's move on to the way I was going to do this. We're going to break this down in quarters as football enjoys to be broken down in
Can
quarters.
we talk about how?
No.
Just real
We're
quick,
done
just real-
talking
just-
about how
just
you
real-
want to talk about
No,
things.
just real quick. Why does the Chiefs PR team suck ass at schedule release?
They do. That's true.
Every other team is starting to do cool shit. And we're like, distance, walking distance. It's like, holy fuck, F- tier.
No. The schedule release they did, the actual schedule release video was mediocre, but they did it in the cash cab. They brought in the cash cab guy.
Right, but
And it
they did it
was
with the
Chiefs.
cheerleaders, right?
And then like an influencer couple where it's like the plumber guy. Man, if I showed you a video of his, me and Joe are big fans of actually this guy. This guy's very funny. Where he's the guy where it's like him and it's his wife, but like he's acting like he's like at this girl's house to like fix the like.
Is
plumbing.
it the balding guy and
Yes.
the brunette girl?
Yes, and she's like, "Why don't you fix my pipes?" And he's like, "Oh," and then he's like, "Well, you need to hire somebody else to fix the rest of your pipes." And she's
Yeah,
like,
I
"No,
know-
you need to
Yeah, I know which guy you're
snake
talking about.
my drain." And he was like, "Oh,
Yeah, and they've been doing this. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
why is it so clogged?"
Their production on their videos is like shockingly high.
Yes, it's very good. Yes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So that couple are Chiefs fans. So they had
that's kinda
them.
cool.
They were in the schedule release video. Yeah, right. And it's like they were in it, and then like
They had Chiefs cheerleaders.
random
in it, right?
Chiefs fans were in it. Yeah. And then they had Chiefs cheerleaders in it. Trent McDuffie was in it for some reason.
With the cheerleaders, if I remember.
Yes,
correctly.
Mitch Holtis was in it, and Trent Green. Like Mitch Holtis, Trent Green, and Trent McDuffie were on the back row, and then it was like influencer couple, influencer couple, influencer couple.
Damn, how fucking big was this cash cab?
No. It was 3 different cash
Oh.
cabs, which also made it weird that there was like times where people just didn't get the answers right. Again, I think this frustrates me because I think we're fairly good at trivia.
Yeah.
And like you see people like not get answers, and you're like, "What are you? How do you not know this answer?"
Well, like, so
but we're terminally online. We host a podcast.
Yeah,
all this
but,
stuff.
like-
it's just terrible.
if you care about sports, like, I assume the questions weren't that hard.
They weren't impossible, but there was a couple like oh they had a viral this happened where like technically wasn't this or whatever.
I don't know. All I know is that I was listening to the radio.
Oh, it was like this team ate like the most Uncrustables last year.
Oh,
Where like that was a big thing that came out for the
I would guess
Broncos, I think was what it was.
it was the Broncos.
Yes, they
I
had
would
the
have
most
guessed the
Uncrustables.
Eagles
No.
because of Jason Kelsey.
So you didn't see the thing.
No,
You didn't see there was like they released the report.
I saw parts of it,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. All I know is that I saw they were asking a kid a question: who caught the final out of the 2015 World Series? And I was screaming at my radio the answer to this:
Oh, like
who caught the final out?
yeah. See, that's a tricky one because you think it's like caught, and it's like no. He caught it.
Yeah, well,
He
who
caught
was,
the
who
pitch.
was it?
Drew Butera.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It is a weird one that Salvi wasn't back there for some reason.
Yeah, I remember.
Whose glove never landed?
Ben Zobrist,
Ben
of
Zobrist
course.
threw that glove never landed. All right.
Jeez, don't ask me easy questions.
So we're gonna break it down into the quarters. We're gonna do weeks 1 through 4, weeks 5 through 8, weeks 9 through not 13 but 14, and then weeks 15 through 18.
Okay,
Gotcha.
gotcha.
All right. Week 1, Friday night. We're facing the Chargers in Brazil. I assume the Chiefs will find a way to win 7-1. You like that one? That's a little soccer joke for you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Owen.
Wow.
Thank you.
Is it in Rio though?
I assume it's in Rio.
Samba de Janeiro.
Yeah. And luckily, neither team is yellow or green this year. So.
Did you see that the Chargers travel farther to Brazil and back home than the Bengals travel for their entire schedule combined?
did not hear that.
The Bengals only travel 8,650 miles for their entire schedule.
Are they? So they must be playing the NFC East,
Yes.
playing the AFC East, playing the AFC North,
Yes.
and then like they're
Yes, they get lucky with the rest of their games. I think the farthest west they go is Denver.
no,
Yeah.
has to be the Chargers.
No, they play Denver.
They're playing the last place schedule, which means that has to play the Chargers. The Raiders. The Raiders got last place.
I think the Raiders travel to them.
Oh, oh, okay. And they're not playing. So they're not playing Denver.
I think they get Chargers and Raiders at home, and then they get us.
No, they're not playing us this year. They don't play the West.
Yeah, well,
But I get what you're saying. Yeah, whoever it must be, they travel to the last place of the AFC East and the AFC South, and then whoever's
yeah.
in the
Listen,
AFC
all I
West
know
has
is
to travel
that
to them.
to and from Brazil for Chargers is 14,000 miles, and the Bengals travel 8,650 miles total.
Damn, coddled. Help that defense stay fresh since they've got nobody to play anymore.
They're also gonna not have Trey Hendrickson. It looks like he's gonna be holding out, which is hilarious.
Something's gonna happen with that.
Anyway, week 1 Chargers though.
I feel fine about that. I'm happy that we're not losing a home game for it this year, which
Yeah,
is
who cares?
nice.
I mean, listen, as a Chiefs fan, I kind of don't care about losing a home game because unless it's shitty weather, the Chiefs are popular enough that rich people are buying the tickets from out of town,
Yeah,
and we're kind of priced out.
We can't buy games anymore. Yeah, it's like there's no way we would have been able to afford the season opener.
No,
We
it's
aren't
like
going to be able to
$800.
afford the Eagles game. The
No.
Ravens game's at a reasonable time, so we're not.
Yeah, you have to kind of because scalpers are big because the Chiefs are so popular. So basically, you're paying your $300 for your nosebleed
Right.
if you get a good price.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chiefs are just a luxury team right now. So
Well, I told you this, right? I've been telling a lot of people this. So when I went to Carolina for the Chiefs game, we were with a manufacturer who bought out the suite and gave us the tickets.
right,
Our suite tickets were on it. The face value of those were $249
for a sweet ticket.
for a suite ticket at Carolina Stadium.
Holy shit!
The nicest suite at Carolina Stadium, I will say, also, by the way.
And yeah, your
Unlimited food,
your
drink, all that
cheapest
stuff.
Chiefs ticket is $250 in the nosebleed.
Yeah, we bought. So later in the year, we bought tickets to take clients to the Chiefs game, and like a manufacturer gave us like three grand. And we're like, hey, get as many tickets as you can, take as many people, all this stuff.
Right.
And we got tickets, and we were like 10 rows from the top, and they were I think $230 a piece. So for $20 less, you can sit 10 rows from the top of the Chiefs Stadium, or you can for $20 more, you can go into the nicest suite at the Carolina Panthers Stadium and go sit there. So
That's wild. But yeah, I don't really bother with losing home games. I think the viewing at home experience is so good now, especially with the rise of how good color commentating has gotten.
yeah, we were talking about that. I was actually talking about that at the game, like I was at a graduation party this week, and we were talking about that. But also, for the record, this came up while we were there. If anybody wants to join us at Mr. P's this season, let us know. We'll go shoot you all the info. You guys come watch a game with us.
It is probably the best bar viewing experience I've gotten, simply because when the commercials come on, they switch to music, and that simple fact helps a lot, actually.
The only downside is that it's a little loud at times. The audio can get loud, especially the music. When they switch, gets a little loud. And the service is variable at times. But they are also, sometimes they're really packed.
It depends on your bartender.
Yes. So, week 1 Chargers in Brazil. We will not be there. We will probably be watching it at a bar, especially on a Friday night.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, fuck. A Friday night game?
It's going to be tough.
Why?
Well, we got to get to our seats on time. It's not going to be me who's getting there.
Yeah, sure.
Well, actually, it could be 7:20.
Yeah, you're working normal times now. You're working a normal person schedule now. You need to join me at the gym. I've been saying it.
I'm still not there. That's still too early. I still wake up at 8, bro. I'm not waking up at 5:30.
Wake up 5:30. Get the grind on, dude. Wake up 5:30. Join me at the gym. Get a lift in. You know what? Honestly, lately we haven't been getting there. We've been getting there around 6. Sleep in. 5:45. Meet me at the gym at 6. You go home. You shower.
Get back in bed.
You can cook breakfast. Eat breakfast at home. Nice cheap breakfast. Good breakfast too.
Who needs breakfast?
Journal. Dip your face in ice bath that has lemon peels in it.
Jump into the
That has
pool
lemon?
for 4 minutes
Yes.
while in the air
You rub a banana peel on your face? Yeah, do
for
the whole
5
thing.
minutes.
Yes. Have your wife, who's oddly off screen, dress you, kind of, in a way. Makes it feel that she's kind of your butler wife. Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just do that. Simple. Easy.
But yeah, week 1 Chargers probably at a bar.
I like our odds also. I mean,
I think the
I think
Chargers
it's
are
good.
bad.
I think this Chargers team's gonna be real solid. I think they're gonna be real good.
Yeah, they're gonna be just like every other year. They're gonna maybe get 10 wins,
Mhm.
and they'll lose in the playoffs.
Yeah. Got a good running back, didn't they? They got they got the guy from North Carolina, Amari and Hampton.
Cool.
I don't know. A little worried about him.
Quentin Johnston, but a running back.
Oh my God.
He's from North Carolina.
Oh my.
Do not trust North Carolina players.
Where do you think Quentin Johnston's from?
He's from TCU.
Okay, so why did you equate him to?
Because TCU.
You said that like Quentin Johnson. Sorry, I'm also adjusting my mic.
Because every player from North Carolina sucks ass. Name one good player from North Carolina.
Mitch Trubisky.
Press the extremely loud incorrect buzzer. I cannot name a good player from North Carolina, man. That team is all the same. They're like, look at us in this ACC schedule. We got 9 or 10 wins. And everyone's like, oh my gosh. And then you see who they played. It's like Wake Forest 7 times and Rutgers.
Hold on. I feel like somebody's going to be listening to this yelling at the screen about like best. Like they're like, oh my God, they're forgetting about.
I don't think so.
Carolina University players. All right, hold on. Oh, Julius Peppers?
Yeah, what is it, 2011?
Oh, dude. I'm gonna hit you with this. Lawrence Taylor went to UNC.
Yeah, that's before we were born. He was out of the league before we were born.
Oh, and Jeff Saturday went to UNC.
Yes! It's not 2003 anymore. That's over 20 years ago.
Oh, and what about John Cobenhaver?
Who the fuck is that? That's definitely a white guy.
Wait, Mac Hollins went.
Mac Hollins? Isn't that the coach?
No, Mac Hollins is the guy that was showing up like barefoot to the Bills playoff games.
Wait, the linebacker?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, the running back. No, wide receiver, sorry. Josh Downs went to UNC.
Dude, these guys are bums. Jeff Saturday, not a bum. I'm sorry, Jeff Saturday.
Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, okay. One of the GOATs.
But
once
on
again,
crack mostly, but
yeah, on crack.
pretty good.
But also,
Sam Howell?
That's
fair.
Dude. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got the running back from shitty McShitty University.
There's 3 Hall of Famers there. Like Jeff Saturday's probably a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah, he's an O lineman. The other 2 guys are on the defensive side of the wall. So skill position players.
All right. That's fair. You know what? You're right.
North Carolina players, dude. We can name more notable K-State players in the NFL than fucking.
Just wait till Josh Downs goes fucking crazy on you, dude. You're gonna feel silly. That's
the fucking new Cornell Powell, is it? Same fucking area.
Josh Downs is better than Cordell Powell. Josh Downs is like number 2 or 3 wide
You're
receiver.
just lucky Clemson is in South Carolina, not North Carolina.
Why?
Because I would have been talking about Cornell Powell, the running back.
Okay. Duke pretty good. Duke's pretty good in the state of North Carolina. They've produced some good talent.
I know one player.
Why did I think Mitch Trubisky's from Duke?
No.
It's fucking Daniel Jones is from Duke.
He is?
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense.
Noah Gray also, famously.
Yeah, that's the only player I know from Duke. I think Noah Gray was on the Does Duke play football? Yes, sir. Team. When Duke had like 9 wins.
Duke football players in the NFL. Jamison Crowder.
Okay, he was good.
Thomas Hennessy.
Who?
Long snapper for the Jets.
Oh my God. We're talking about the real GOATs now.
Brian Baldinger, old Baldy, was
Baldy?
from Duke.
Baldy breakdowns. If you don't follow Brian Baldinger, by the way,
fuck the GOAT, Max McCaffrey, right? He's the good McCaffrey, right?
he's the one that people have to remember.
He's like the Gronk brother that went to K-State. Chris?
No, it wasn't Chris.
It was Chris.
No, it was
Yes,
not.
it was
It was
Chris.
not
No,
Chris.
Glenn.
Glenn.
Glenn
Yes.
Gronkowski. That's right.
You don't
Sorry.
even remember his
I
name.
think Chris is the oldest Gronkowski. That
Whatever.
was worthless.
Okay, speaking
Okay,
of...
week 2, the Eagles come to Kansas City.
Why is this game so early? This feels early, doesn't it? Don't you feel like this should be later in the season?
It is early, but the reason it's so early is because they can guarantee that everybody will be healthy. It's their best guarantee.
Well, yeah, because Saquon.
Or Rasheed. Rasheed got hurt last year.
Was she going to miss any games, you think?
Yeah, for being suspended.
Well, yeah. But, like,
Injury-wise, no.
you think, when's that suspension going to happen? Don't you think it would have happened already?
No, his court case gets... I think his court date's set for, like, June? Rasheed Rice court date. June 23rd.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Oh, that's the civil lawsuit. The lawsuit stems from...
0 game suspension inbound. Let's go. Let's go. We love breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Yeah. All right.
Nothing wrong with crashing into a couple cars as long as you flee the scene, right, guys? Right, guys? It was on a freeway. He had to get off. It was dangerous.
Who knows what was in those bags? I'm sure candy for the local orphans. Week 3 at the New York Giants, Sunday Night Football.
Freest game of our lives.
That's
Holy
a nice.
shit.
That's a nice bye week right after the Eagles game.
Holy shit. Who's quarterbacking the Giants? Russ? Yeah, it's Russ.
Also on the bright side, you get to face the Eagles on Sunday in Kansas City. And yes, you are traveling back from Brazil, but luckily they're traveling to Kansas City. Also, they played on Thursday. You play on Friday. That's about as
I
easy.
am just, dude. I want to win that game so badly, but
Just to fucking yell at Nick Sirianni.
this spells Chiefs 28, Eagles 40 so bad, bro.
No way. No way they do it again. The sequel?
It's the regular season.
Chiefs 40. Eagles 40, Chiefs 22 again. The sequel?
That would be terrible.
That would suck. Yeah, week 3 at the Giants, Sunday Night Football. That's one where they were like, well, Giants, you get a primetime game.
Yeah.
This has to be against the Chiefs. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Week 4, the Ravens in KC.
Freest free low of all time.
Yeah, we do own the Ravens in the regular season a little bit.
And especially in KC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Week 4. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the second quarter of the season.
Yep.
Week 5, the Chiefs travel to Jacksonville for Monday Night Football.
Super mega free low. That team is going to be bad. The entire AFC South is going to be horrible again.
I can't think of any moves the Jags made other than get a new head coach, which is
Well,
such a bad thing also.
they got, what is it? Ashton Genty? That's where he went, right?
No, he went to the Raiders.
Oh, that's right. It was freaking Travis Hunter that went
Because
to.
everybody got running backs besides us.
Yeah,
We
Travis
kinda got
Hunter's the
right.
one that went to Jacksonville. And they said he's going to play corner and some wide receiver, or is it, did I say it backwards?
I didn't know.
It's one of those ones. He's going to play mostly one position and some of the other, but they're not going to keep him off of both sides of the ball. I
My
believe.
guess is he plays more cornerback.
Yeah,
and then
I think-
plays a
I think
little
that's
bit
what they
wide.
were saying.
That makes more sense where he
think
comes
that's
in and plays like the slot or something.
Yeah, I think he.
But he could also come in and just play also the slot or the nickel corner position also. So that's weird. I don't know. But yeah, Jags in Jacksonville, Monday Night Football. I bet they'll do that as Travis Hunter versus Trent McDuffie, maybe?
Maybe.
Or they'll honestly just put Travis Hunter against Patrick Mahomes where
I
they're
think
like,
they'll just do.
Phenom versus dual threat
I think they'll just-
Phenom.
I think they'll just do Trevor Lawrence versus Patrick Mahomes.
Man, but old Trev's been having tough years lately.
He's in Jacksonville.
Oh, that's true too. Week 6, the Lions are back in Kansas City on Sunday
This
Night
is an
Football.
intriguing
Nightmare. Hate that. Especially on short rest. Fuck that.
I don't care. I think the Chiefs are better than the Lions, always have been, and without Kadarius Toney, we would have taken the Lions to the woodshed.
To give them a touchdown and lose another.
We would have
probably
beat them
10
by
points.
multiple scores.
I mean, we did win the Super Bowl again that year, so I mean,
yeah.
And they didn't make the Super Bowl.
That game
so.
still hurts me because Lions fans. I know a couple Lions fans. They still talk shit about that game.
They talk shit about that game. There's no way you can talk shit about that game.
They don't have anything else to hang their hat on.
That's fair. So week 6, Lions in KC, Sunday Night Football. I like the Chiefs there. Week 7 against the Raiders in KC.
Freelo,
Yeah.
who's their
I think that's one of the noon
Like
games.
Gino,
finally.
Gino's their quarterback now, right?
Yes.
Holy shit! I
think
cannot wait to pick off Gino 6 times this year.
I want to double check. That is one of the noon games.
I
Only
like
4 noon games, and that's also that's the first noon game of the year.
that is the worst part about being a good team is that I like a good noon
I
NFL
like a
game.
noon game. I like having the rest of my fucking day to do shit, dude.
It just feels like, because I'm, as you know, Premier League fan. The
Premier
good,
League. Sunday morning.
the good,
Premier League.
Sunday morning 10:30. Sometimes 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good 10:30 a.m. game.
I miss being on the fucking mountain time, dude. Mountain time was nice.
Yeah, so like when we play in Germany or whenever the Chiefs play, overseas, because Brazil's basically in the same time zone as us. What's the Brazil game at? What time is that?
7:00.
Yeah, p.m. Yeah, it's basically the same time zone, East Coast time.
Is it East Coast time?
I'm pretty sure.
Is that where Rio is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They speak full Portuguese?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, doesn't like half of Brazil speak Portuguese?
Mostly,
And it's
mostly
like
all,
at the line? There's
mostly
like a line.
all of Brazil speaks Portuguese.
Well, they all speak both languages, essentially, but.
Mostly Portuguese.
Okay. All right.
But, I mean, they probably speak some Spanish.
Okay.
But, yeah, anyway, East Coast time. But, yeah, whenever we play overseas, it was like Germany was a 9:25 game. That was nice. I liked that.
Yeah, I like that, too.
It was welcome.
I do like that the Europe games are in the morning. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
After Raiders, we get to Commanders. Commanders is tough. Good thing it's in KC.
In KC on Monday Night Football, man.
And they had a good draft. I thought the Commanders had a great draft.
They had a good draft, yeah. That'll be an interesting one.
Especially now that they have Laramie Tunsil and Jaden Daniels is going to have more time.
Yeah, that'll be a good test for the Chiefs' defense to see where they're at. Because Jaden Daniels, you know what? All those VR reps he gets, I think there's something to that.
VR reps? No, what are you talking about?
So he trained, in the offseason, just taking VR reps, at quarterback.
Well, yeah, because I guess
a
Rift is whatever Oculus he's got, probably similar weight to an NFL helmet because you got the radio in the quarterback's helmet.
Well, and it's even better than just doing tape. It's that you can also take the mental reps of how to read a defense and break down defense. Here's cover 2, here's spider Y2 banana. That's an offensive play, but you get the point. So
interesting.
But yeah, Commanders on Monday Night Football. That's a tough matchup.
That's a tough stretch of games. You got Lions
3 primetime games in 4 weeks.
Yeah, you go Lions rivalry game, Commanders Bills. Jeez.
Yeah. Ugh. At least 3 of them are in Kansas City.
Every time the Chiefs have the hardest schedule on paper, half the teams die or something.
That is true. And of course, and after they go through this stretch of 3 primetime games and week 8 is Monday Night Football game, who do they have to go and face week 9?
The Buffalo Bills, of course.
In Buffalo. That's right.
Got to baby those Bills. Got to butter them up for their yearly win against the Chiefs.
That will be a Sunday game at 3:25. Yeah,
They will be beating us by 14.
Listen, the Bills, it's just a house of horror. The Bills do own us in the regular season. It's not even a rivalry in the regular season, I'll say it.
No.
Much like it's not even a rivalry in the playoffs. But it's a rivalry because of both of those things. So,
I did not think the Bills had that good of a draft.
Who did they get? I'm trying to remember who they got.
Not anybody that I'm screaming to know about.
I thought it was kind of bad. Yeah, I think you're right. I believe it was kind of bad. It was fine.
Buffalo is not good at drafting.
No, not great at it. So yeah, Bills week 9, week 10, got a bye week right after the Bills.
Finally, the Chiefs get a good bye week.
It's been a bit.
I think it's been a bit since we've had nice because
we had last 2 years. I think we had week 7 and week 5.
Yeah, we had super early bye weeks, which are just useless. Week 10 is a perfect chef's kiss bye week. Halfway through, perfect.
Yep. Week 11, Broncos at Denver.
Nice. Good. I like facing the Broncos off of a bye. That's nice.
I'm trying to figure out where the other noon games are. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. So, yeah, Broncos off the bye week at Denver. I think that Broncos team can be a little tougher.
I don't think Bo Nix is that good. He did play well last year, but we'll see it this year.
We'll see it. It's important to progress, right? There were guys that looked solid to good in their first year, then they just never progressed. Trevor Lawrence is kind of one of those guys where he never really took another step forward.
I still give Trevor Lawrence a gigantic, massive leash because the front office in Jacksonville is pitiful, and they traded away all his wide receivers.
Yeah, and he's got to go through, I think this is either his 3rd or 4th head coach.
Head coach, not even offensive coordinator, head coach.
Right, and that means a bunch of different offensive coordinators for sure. But they brought an offensive-minded head coach.
I don't think he deserved that gigantic contract.
Yeah.
But he deserved a contract, I think.
Yeah. Well, everybody's getting gigantic contracts nowadays, Owen, huh? Like that. Owen, say it. Say the
The
word.
plumber got a massive contract.
Oh, he's a plumber. Well, he used to just be a janitor. You got to upgrade to the skilled
Oh wait,
trade.
shit, that's right. No,
Wow,
no,
no,
he's a janitor.
I think he should be a skilled trade.
No,
Brock Purdy should be part of a skilled trade.
He's graduating from elementary school janitor. He's got to middle school now.
Ooh, middle school janitor. Brock
Mhm.
Purdy. $53 million being middle school janitor.
Holy shit, more money than Mahomes per year.
Yes. Yes, a lot of people make technically more money than Mahomes per year, but he keeps getting restructured.
That is so bad for San Francisco. It's horrible. He's not good.
Yeah. Man, I hope our left tackle's good. I'll tell you that much. I was just thinking about that again. Sorry. So week 12, Colts. We face the Colts
Hopefully-
in Kansas City. That's another noon game.
Truman, did you know that the Colts are the only team Patrick Mahomes has not beaten? He's beaten every other NFL team. He's never beaten the Colts.
This feels like the year that they do. Well, he hasn't beat the Chiefs either. But this feels like the year that they get that done against the Colts. This Colts team, I think, is abysmal. I think they will be abysmal.
Yeah.
Listen, it's fucking Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, and then didn't they draft somebody else or something?
No, they still have the Texas kid, right?
Like Sam Ellinger, but they might have got like Quinn Ewers or something. Hold on, they drafted a quarterback.
Yeah, I wonder who it is.
Colts quarterbacks: Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, Jason Bean from last year, and Riley Leonard. They don't have Sam Ellinger anymore.
Jason Bean.
Beantown?
Throw it into Rosie. Last play of the game?
Could be Beantown?
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Just wait till Jalen Daniels.
I still can't believe to this day that they actually gave Daniel Jones $30 million a year. Was it, or was it 40?
40 million.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He got the contract that Brock Purdy probably should have got, but because Daniel Jones got that contract, you can't give that contract to Brock Purdy.
It's hilarious. We said this at the time, and it gets true it gets proven true every year. The Patrick Mahomes contract was the greatest contract ever made.
Yeah, that was one of those contracts where everybody went, "That's huge," but yeah, okay. There's very few contracts like that in sports where everybody just goes, "Well, that's what you had to do." Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, okay, $700 million for that. Yeah, whatever.
Yep.
Aaron Judge. Yeah, okay. Juan Soto was one where I think everybody's like,
that's a really long. 10 years for Juan Soto. That's a little bit long.
I don't know about Juan Soto, but there's a couple contracts like that where you just go,
Bobby Witt Jr.
That's what you got to pay him. Yeah, Bobby Witt Jr. was a deal. Everybody went, whoa, that's a deal. 11 or 13 years for 285 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
11 to 13, it's crazy. But yeah, so week 12, Colts and KC. I like the Colts. I like the Chiefs.
It's about time for us to actually win.
Week 13, at Dallas for Thanksgiving.
Dude, that's so fun. We've never played on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I remember.
I believe the Hill Mary, I thought, was on Thanksgiving, maybe. Remember the Hill
Mary? Was
Mary?
that on Thanksgiving? I don't think it was it?
Hold on. Hill Mary.
Was it? That was during COVID, right?
No.
No.
Because Alex Smith was still on the team. That's why they ran that.
Was that Thanksgiving? I don't think so.
I'm seeing it on November 5th.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
No, you're right.
I don't think the Chiefs have played on Thanksgiving in my memory. They might have played in like 04,
No,
05.
they have played like the Lions one of those years.
But like not one that I remember though. Like maybe I was 10.
Let's see. Hold on.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think back. Since I've been a Chiefs fan, I don't think we've played.
Hoping they'll just list it.
Since I was really paying attention, so 2013 with Alex is when I started really. Actually, 2012 is when I was really paying attention with Romeo and.
Kansas City Chiefs hosted the Denver Broncos in the first Thanksgiving triple header primetime game in 2006.
Yeah, no, I would have been 9.
Well, hold on. They played the Lions in 1996. You would have been -1.
Yeah, I don't think we've had a Thanksgiving game that I've remembered.
Hold on. There was a different one. I'm remembering one that there was. I remember who we played. God, I swore there was one in like 2013 that we played. Trying to find it. I'm not finding it. You might be right.
I don't think so, man.
I swear I remember playing like the Lions. One of those years.
The Lions always do play on Thanksgiving.
Oh, No, I think you know what? I think it's just that Denver. I think it's just that Chiefs Broncos game that was on Thanksgiving. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Unless, hold on. No, nope. I think that's it.
Yeah, I didn't
We
think
played
so.
on back-to-back Thanksgivings in 1995 and 1996, so we're doing a little 30-year throwback because we'll definitely probably play on it next year too against the Lions again.
Probably.
No, I don't. I don't think we can. But
But yeah, this you know.
the Chiefs are going to start playing on every Thanksgiving.
Is our mics on?
Yeah, mics are on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Oh,
it's the, yeah. I
okay.
see what you're talking about. Yeah,
I was like,
you're good.
I
You're
wasn't
good.
seeing it move.
Keep going. Keep going. What were you saying?
But so I was listening to 610, and they were saying that putting the Chiefs and the Cowboys where they're trying to break the viewership record
Yeah.
because on Thanksgiving games everyone's gonna be watching anyway.
Mm-hmm. And that afternoon game is a big one.
Yeah,
It's probably right after dinner, and it's
Yeah.
one where everybody's sitting down watching
So
the
yeah,
game.
so normally you put like a shit team on Thanksgiving
Mhm.
versus Cowboys versus Lions because everyone's going to be
A
watching.
rivalry game.
Yeah,
I think it was the Bears Lions last year.
right.
Yeah.
And then before that, it was Lions versus somebody else. Remember, because the waxing gibbous.
Yes. Oh fuck.
The Lions don't lose on a waxing gibbous or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cheddar cheese. Incident.
Yes, the cheddar cheese incident. Little cheddar cheese. But yeah, so Cowboys Chiefs, I think it's gonna break the viewership record. You know, as much as people saying that, I don't remember who said the Chiefs were America's team. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a terrible thing to say. But everyone's either hate watching the Chiefs or bandwagoning the Chiefs, and either the Chiefs are America's team or we don't have any bandwagons. So
Quite simply, they are America's team right now. They are, if not, very similar to really for the last 20 years before that, the Patriots were America's team. Everybody
Yeah.
watched the Patriots game.
yeah,
Everybody knew who Tom Brady was. Everybody, the Chiefs are the it team of the moment. They are, listen, Cowboys always be America's team. They're the first team to really play on television, blah, 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 blah. But now,
number one and number two viewership are the Cowboys and the Chiefs.
yes,
So-
it's clearly one that kind of is getting passed, and it's getting past the Chiefs right
They're
now.
gonna break the record, their viewing record.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hell, we're getting a Netflix show.
We
In the
are?
franchise. Or maybe it's an ESPN Plus show.
The franchise is getting upgraded from YouTube.
Or The Kingdom is
Oh.
what they're calling it. Yeah.
Shout out the franchise, by the way. If you haven't seen any of the franchise, go watch it.
Yep. But there you go. All right. Week 14. Another
Damn.
prime time game, they call them. Texans come visit the Chiefs for a Sunday night football game.
I'm weird on the Texans.
I don't know. CJ Stroud, a perfect example of somebody who's really good his rookie season. In his second year, you go, I'm not as sold as I was on you all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling that way kind of about CJ Stroud right now. I'm a little, I feel a little weird right now.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Texans are good. I think they'll make the playoffs. AFC South is horrible, but
It's one of those. I saw somebody rank them like 15th in the or 14th in the league, and I thought that was a little low. But looking at the list, I was like, you know what? Maybe because the first comment on that video, they ranked all 32 quarterbacks. They put Bo Nix number 16, and I was like, that feels low for Bo Nix. And then I looked at the top 15 above him, and I'm like, I wouldn't put Bo Nix above anybody else there.
right.
And that's kind of how I got with CJ Stroud when I saw him 14, 13. I was like, feels a little low. And I was like, can't think of anybody better than him that I'd move him past. Not after this year.
Right.
We talked about a lot. He got a lot of slack because the Colts dropped a fourth down pass and they beat a really bad Browns team in the first round of the playoffs. He got a lot of leash because of that, or he got pumped up a lot. And I'm not sure he should have been pumped up that much.
Hmm.
What were you going to say?
Where do you put Jalen Hurts on your quarterbacks in the league?
I
'Cause we know where TikTok ball knowledge puts Jalen Hurts, but real ball knowledge puts him somewhere else.
think fifth.
I don't know if I put him fifth. I think he's like sixth.
I think he's clear fifth. I think
I
there's
think
a
you
clear
go-
4.
I think you go Mahomes and then your selection of Burrow, Allen, Lamar. Everyone has their own opinion.
I think Burrow has to be 4 no matter what. I think Burrow is 4.
I'll hear arguments as high as 2.
I won't. Not anymore. Not after being hurt 2 years in a row and or not, kind of hurt in and out and not being as good as you'd hope.
Okay, well,
And
in
not
my
having not
in my
having as much
opinion, it goes
success.
Mahomes, Gap, Allen, Gap, Lamar, and Burrow.
No, I go Mahomes, Gap, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Gap, Joe Burrow, Gap, Jalen Hurts, Gap.
I would put
I go Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, and then
Jaden Daniels above.
I did see somebody put Jaden Daniels number 5 and put like Jalen Hurts number 6. No, maybe it was Jaden Daniels number 6, Jalen Hurts number 5. I don't know where to put Jaden Daniels either. Another quarterback that again I don't know how much we're putting the stock in that just because he had a good playoff run.
I just don't think you can put Jalen Hurts higher than 5.
No, I don't think you can put it higher than
Like,
5.
listen,
But
I
I
understand
think the only other Super Bowl winner on that list,
Sure.
other than Matthew Stafford, who's clearly old, deserves. Right. I think he deserves to be 5th.
But yeah, like I understand that Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, and numbers are numbers. But a lot of his touchdowns do come from tush push, which
Sure.
How much skill?
But he's also woke, so that's my guy.
Theoretically, we are next on their schedule.
I mean, all right. So Texans in KC on Sunday Night Football.
Weird.
I like it though. It was weird in the same way that I kind of felt weird when they were coming in for the playoffs, and I like they went up like it was like 14-13, or they got within a point, or they tied us 13-13, and you're like, damn. And they took almost a quarter, and then we just took care of business. Week 15, Chargers in Kansas City, one of our other noon games.
Could be interesting. Could if man shows up.
They give us a hard time in KC.
They'll give us a hard time, sure.
I feel like we do really well in SoFi.
We do great in SoFi.
Heartbreaking that we lost to the Bengals that one year in the playoffs because that was Super Bowl was in SoFi.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no. It's the Chargers. It's a grab bag of a game. They haven't beat us since Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
So
following week though, we're playing Tennessee at Tennessee.
Could be weird.
That's another noon game as well.
Cam Ward probably playing that game.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I assume he's starting.
Yeah,
but
by week 16,
anything could happen. It's the Titans. They're horrible.
I think they drafted Cam Ward because he's ready to start.
They traded away AJ Brown. Just the most puzzling thing that any team has ever done.
Let Derrick Henry go.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, you can't blame them for that.
Yes, you can.
He was a metal plate in his foot. I didn't believe in him either, to be fair. So I can't blame him. You can, but I can't. So Titans at Tennessee. Week 17, Broncos in Kansas City for Christmas. This game is on a...
Hopefully
a Thursday night.
Hopefully the Broncos ruin Christmas because we're resting starters in
I hope
week 17.
I hope this game is terrible because the Chiefs are resting all their starters, but I doubt it.
The Chiefs have a gauntlet this year of a schedule.
The Chiefs, I don't think, would ever rest on week 17. I think they'd always...
Andy Reid wouldn't let that happen.
I don't think they'd let him get that rusty. I mean, the Chiefs will be 16-0 going in, or 15-0 going into this game, so then you get worrying about history and all that stuff. No, but you
picking the Chiefs 17-0, Truman? Don't give it away, but...
I don't think so. I think we can do that right before once we finish up here, we can go through all the...
He's looking at you, calling you a coward.
Who is?
The Dunussy.
Yeah, I know. And then week 18... Oh, wait, here, there's the...
I have picked them at 17-0 because I know ball.
Yeah, there you go.
Did we get 17 total wins?
Yeah, we probably got 17 total wins, right? Two in the playoffs?
17-3 last season?
Yeah.
I have picked them at 17-0 because
3.
I know ball.
Yeah.
Then ending against the Raiders, which we will be resting starters for sure.
Yeah, I imagine we will rest starters.
Almost no matter what, I think we'd be resting. I can't really see a scenario in which we're playing ourselves into a wild card spot.
We've rested a lot. We've rested starters a lot in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
it
Chris Jones
like
only didn't rest 2 years ago because he needed his sack total.
Yeah. The year before that, it was like we don't care about the 3 seed or the 4 seed, so we rest our guys.
The year before that we played though because that was one of the Dolphins doing us a favor years, I believe.
Right? I think that was I think that's the last year of Alex Smith was.
Am I unk now?
Or maybe that was even. Yeah, I think that was the last year.
Yeah, that was actually a while ago.
My grandpa was still alive when that happened. And COVID hadn't started. We were still in college.
Yeah, it was a while ago, I guess. Jeez.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that I'm 28.
Man.
Which is
Dude, trust me, we had Little Caesars for Grub Buds today, and I felt all of 28 that day. I took a bite. I took like 3 bites. I got 3 bites into it, and I went, I have heartburn. This pizza
But yeah,
already gave me
Raiders
heartburn.
in Vegas is freelo. We always win in the toilet bowl.
Yep. All right, so let's pick game by game real quick. Rapid fire. Not official, obviously. We'll do our AFC West predictions here in a couple months, but
WLWW.
WLWW. I'm going WWWW. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Chargers W, Eagles W, Giants W, Ravens W. You went Chargers W, Eagles L, Giants W, Ravens W.
Yes.
Interesting. Week 5, Jaguars, Lions, Raiders, Commanders.
Man, it's a lot of easy, favorable matchups. So let me go. I'm going all W's on this one.
Yeah, I think so. Jaguars, Lions, Raiders, Commanders, WWWW. The games that we need to be in KC, there's 3 of those games that are in Kansas City. The other game's in Jacksonville. So that, I think, helps.
We have the favorable.
If we were in Washington, I think we could have trouble. If we were in Detroit, I think we could have trouble.
Mahomes did throw his worst pass ever in Washington.
Dude, holy shit.
What was he doing?
Week 9,
L
Bills
for sure.
at Buffalo. That's an L, yes. So going into the bye week, I have them at 8-1. Owen has them at 7-2.
Who was that? Who? Yes.
Yeah. Then we're at the Broncos, Colts and KC, and then at Dallas for Thanksgiving.
WWW.
Give me LWW. Lose at the Broncos, maybe.
That's not impossible.
Broncos are good enough to give us a hard time now.
Not impossible.
Yeah. So 2 losses for me, 2 losses for Owen. Texans and KC Sunday Night Football, Chargers and KC, Titans at Tennessee, Broncos and KC for Christmas, Week 18 Raiders at Las Vegas.
WWWWL.
Yeah, give me WWWWL. Yeah. 14-13 for both me and Owen then.
Geno Smith balling out to get some incentive against the Chiefs' backups and Jack Cochran.
Yeah.
Maybe we see some Chris Oladokun.
Yes.
Actually, we'll know we won't see any Chris Oladokun because we'll have Gardner Minshew.
I think he's gone now.
Yeah, he is. Because we have the strongest quarterback room in the league. We have Patrick Mahomes, Gardner Minshew, and then the third quarterback whose name I'm forgetting right now. Bailey Zappi.
He's still on the Chiefs for now.
Well, yeah, there's no way he makes it through training camp with Bailey Zappi there. So.
Well, I get the feeling that they might not keep both of those guys.
Because they're too expensive?
Yeah. You don't want to have a good second and third. You want to have a good second and a
Bailey
young
Zappi
cheap
will
third
be taking a
competent.
young cheap option to get a Super Bowl ring.
I think you trade Bailey Zappi to somebody who needs a backup quarterback. You trade Bailey Zappi to Indianapolis. Or you trade Bailey Zappi to Cincinnati.
You trade Bailey Zappi to Seattle.
Yes.
Or Las Vegas.
Seattle's...
Or Las Vegas, honestly.
Yes. Yeah, teams like that.
Seattle, Las Vegas, Tennessee, I'd say.
Cincinnati.
Ooh, Arizona probably needs a backup quarterback because Kyler Murray's been getting hurt.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Houston.
Yeah, maybe.
Houston, maybe. Dallas. They probably still keep
Ooh,
a rush.
Chicago.
Yeah. That's a Bailey Zappi opportunity there.
We'll just definitely not Cleveland.
Is Andy Dalton gone there?
Is Andy Dalton in the league still?
Yeah, what's Andy Dalton doing?
He might be retired.
No.
Dude, I don't know.
Is a quarterback for the Carolina. Oh, he's in Carolina.
That's right.
What's his nickname, Owen?
It's like, it's kind of gross, but it's the Red Rocket, ain't it?
It's not. No, it's the Red Rifle.
Red Rifle? Oh, no.
Yeah, you're too horny. Horny for dogs. All right. Owen, quick thing about the Royals.
Red Rifle?
Royals kind of suck.
We didn't kind of suck. We won the last game of the series. It was just fine.
Sure.
We just got hurt. Royals a little hurt at the moment. We're
0-0
against the Giants.
Lost the series against the Red Sox. Lost the series against the Astros.
You get swept though. It's important that you don't get swept.
I know, but 3 straight series losses does suck.
3-6 though. So whatever.
Yeah. Well, they're getting close to 500. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Who cares?
They're 26-22.
Truman, we're talking about the Royals, and we're talking about getting close to 500 in May. Do you know how good of a sign that is?
Also, it just fucking sucks because the fucking AL Central is a fucking
The best, the three of like the 5 best teams in baseball.
yeah. It was like I can't remember whenever. Oh yeah, we won. We were tied for like the third most wins in the MLB, and it was or in the AL, and we're in fucking 4th place in our division.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The Twins just went on a 14-game winning streak?
Yes.
15 if they win today.
13, I think. They won Saturday night and then they lost Sunday, so I think it's
okay.
13 games.
Then Cleveland's just annoying.
And they're still even 5 games back in Detroit.
Cleveland's got like Glue McCoo that they pulled off of somewhere, and he's like batting 400 or something.
Yeah,
probably.
Us and Cleveland are actually essentially the same record. Cleveland got swept over the weekend.
Cleveland will probably win the division still because it's Cleveland, and like I said, they're going to find some batter from Kazakhstan named Shamimul Mikhaev.
Nice. Oh, and how many wins do the Colorado Rockies have?
I believe they have 6 wins now.
No.
Is it still 5?
No, it's 8.
Oh, thank
Dropped
God.
to 8. A 174 win percentage.
I saw that they had like a 15-13 win over somebody the other day, and I was like, holy shit.
Christ. They're tracking for 28 wins this year.
That would break the record.
No, it won't break the record. The fewest wins ever is like 20 wins in a season. Again, I implore you to look up the Cleveland Spiders.
I thought it was 18 wins, and I thought
it might have been 18 wins.
Because it's like 18-138 because their owners sold all their good players to their other team, and then they didn't have a home stadium.
Exactly. They would for sure break the modern record. I think the modern record's like 120 for losses.
Well, wasn't that set last year? Or did the White Sox narrowly avoid that?
I think it was last year, yeah.
That's like the one dude was like 120 losses. Whoa. Yeah, I'll look that up right now while you get us into our. We don't really have too much Royals update. No. Lugo and Reagan's got hurt.
Yeah, both on the 15
days. So they should be okay, but fuck.
Reagan's got blown up, so it makes sense that he was tight in the groin, you know. And then Lugo getting hurt sucks because Lugo really showed no signs of anything, and then all of a sudden he was hurt.
Right.
Reagan's had been kind of declining, so like a strained groin makes sense where you're like, okay, he just didn't have as much power.
Yeah. Last year's Chicago White Sox are the new worst team ever.
Yeah. Also,
121 losses.
The Rockies are going to go for it. Again, the Rockies are on pace for 134 losses?
Yeah, 2003 Detroit is just super happy.
Rockies are on pace for over 130 losses right now.
Jeez.
Or 1/4 of the way through the season. Do with that what you may. Most important Royals news this week. Jack Caglione. Caglione?
Jack Caglione, yeah.
Is up to AAA.
He's a beast, bro. Be careful, no, not too quickly, please.
Yeah, no. I think he plays probably the rest of it in AAA. Comes up for the 40-day, or for the end of the season. He comes up for September when we get the 40-man roster. And then he actually makes a run at making the team next year. Maybe he doesn't make it out of spring and then comes up in May next year. And that's very similar to Bobby Wood Jr., where it's like where maybe he never wins Rookie of the Year because he's weird about where or how he like gets in there and can't win it. So but that's all I got for that. Anything else to add for the Royals?
No, other than the Ferminator. I love you.
Yes. Freddie for me.
Be a dog. Be a dog. Be a dog. Be a dog.
Be a fucking dog. Yep. All right. Top five games we'd like, Chiefs games specifically, we'd like to go to this year.
Okay. Go pull it back up that list.
Yep.
Like realistic or just like if I had a teleporter and infinite money?
If I had $1 million.
If I had $1 million.
Let's go home games. No. You know what? Let's do barely... Let's do
if we had $1 million.
If we had $1 million, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Is top team on top means away, right? That team is away.
Yes, it's the opposite of soccer.
Yes.
Which I know is the only reason you get messed up.
So fucking annoying. Just please.
I've almost got it ready. I can go first.
Yeah, please go first
on this one. Hold on. I think I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. All right, ready? Number 5, the Bills. Bills game. fun to go to I mean, listen, it's our biggest rival, I would say, at this point.
Yeah.
The Bengals got up there for a bit, and we're not even playing them this year, and they kind of fell off a little bit. So
Yeah.
Bengals were fun. So now it's fun to have the Bills
Yeah.
again. Bills are back to being fun. Bills have always been fun. So
Yeah.
Bills number 5.
Never played a dull game with the Buffalo Bills.
True. Number 4, give me the Commanders. It's kind of fun. Fun team. The Commanders. Go see Jaden Daniels, young quarterback versus young quarterback. Monday Night Football. A game that legit we might be able to go to. Monday Night Football gets a little weird about pricing sometimes. And, listen, a little bit of rain rolls in. Just like that Bucs game last year. And maybe the Commanders are bad.
Give me a fucking rain game, man. I'll put on a poncho.
Yeah.
I don't understand the hatred for rain games.
Give me a cold game.
Not,
give me a cold game within reason. Like the playoff game last year.
Give me a snow game. I'm okay with the snow game.
Like playoff game last year.
Yeah,
it was like, what, 130?
It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Commanders number 4. Number 3?
It was cold, though. It was like -5. Like with wind chill.
Yeah, it was. It did get a little chilly.
We were bundled up, though. We're smart. We know what we're doing.
Yep. Number 3, Dallas Cowboys. Dallas game and Thanksgiving. That has to be a double where it's like I have $1 million and I don't have any family obligations to host Thanksgiving.
Well, you have a teleporter in this scenario, so.
Right. Yeah, that too. And we could hang out with Allison.
That'd be cool.
Go see a good friend.
Go see a good friend.
Yes. Number 3, Dallas. Number 2, Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl rematch. Fire.
Yep.
I mean, and you could also, because I have $1 million, I get to set up in the tunnel. So if we beat the Eagles, I get to yell at Nick Sirianni.
Yell at Nick Sirianni.
Nick Sirianni! I don't need you now, Nick Sirianni!
He's the perfect coach for Philadelphia, man.
I guess. He got the extension today. And again, people are still commenting like, I do not know if Nick Sirianni is a good coach or not. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and won 1. I do not know if he's a good coach or not still.
His team is just really good. The Eagles on paper are great.
Yeah. Number 1, the Brazil game.
Of course.
Chargers, come on, dude.
Of course.
International game always is bucket list item.
No, no green or yellow though, right? You can't wear because it's like gang activity in Rio.
I was about to say, nice job NFL not picking a green or yellow team this year. Chargers, kind of, but I assume they're going to wear their powder blues and white pants, and then the Chiefs are going to wear all white.
Yeah, sounds right.
And red, I imagine. So that'll be a cool kickoff game.
It'll be fun.
And a Friday night, so we can just get fucking blitzed.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be nice.
There's
the
not
kickoff
many
the
games,
year.
There's not many games where we can get. That's legitimately the only game where we've probably ever been able to get just blitzed if we wanted to.
Right, like absolutely trashed. Christmas game, but you're with your family, so are you really gonna get blitzed?
Right. I was in Chicago, and it's still a Wednesday. But like it's in that time where no days exist really.
Right.
That's in the days where you're in like Roman times. They didn't have days of the week in Roman times because they didn't have weekends. You know.
They didn't really have days.
You just got up and fucking worked the land if you had to.
That's right. Work the land.
All right, so yeah, that's my list. Bills 5, Commanders 4, Dallas 3, Dallas and Thanksgiving 3, 2 Eagles number 1, Chargers in Brazil.
So I got a similar list. Except at my 5 spot, I got Detroit. I want revenge on Detroit, like I said, because I know people who've been talking a little bit of shit to me about Detroit. Okay, that's it. Number 4. This is where I'm putting the Eagles because it's the home game. You know, I enjoy. I love home games, but and they're still fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm getting to that age where I want to start going to away games more than I'd like to go to home games because I think visiting stadiums is fun.
Yes.
Number 3. This is why I have Jacksonville. I want a warm game.
Go to Florida.
Go down in Florida.
Too warm, I would say.
I don't know. It seems free. And sitting in an empty stadium full of Chiefs fans would be
could
nice.
be free. Yeah, maybe.
Number 2. This is where I put the Thanksgiving game.
Okay.
I love AT&T. You know, the one time I've been, it was great. Wait, have I been twice?
You've been to Dallas before?
I'm trying to think.
Well, you went for the Big 12 championship.
Right. Did I go for another one though?
I don't know.
So. Did we go there for a bowl game?
No, we went to NRG for a bowl game.
That's right. Yeah. So never mind. No, but is fantastic.
NRG, huge stadium. Not that cool of stadium, but huge.
Yeah, very huge. And number 1, obviously Brazil.
Yeah.
I've been to Brazil. So yeah, number 5 Detroit, number 4 Eagles, number 3 Jacksonville, number 2 AT&T, and number 1 Brazil.
There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. That's it. We're done. You got any pop culture minute?
Yeah, it's just
something that we missed. Shout out Noah Cameron, the Royals pitcher who's had
Ballin'.
like 2 games where he's just been a dog.
Yeah, it's nice.
But just sucks that he lost the last game because he lost fucking 1-0. Welcome to being a fucking Royals pitcher, but
right, Zach Greinke.
But 2 straight starts where he went 6 innings scoreless, essentially.
I think he's
to start his career.
I think he was like the first pitcher ever to do that, or first Royals pitcher ever.
First Royals pitcher ever, I'd assume.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, my brother's coming home at the end of this month. Funnily though,
finally got that answer.
There was a tournament that him and his club were playing in, where their academy team, the U19s, and the B team for the pro team made it to the semis on either side of the bracket. And they both lost.
Oh.
My brother was saying that they were winning, and then their coach took out the starters, and then they lost the game, so they didn't go to the final.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so.
Was it all on the same day? Was there a reason to save the starters?
No, the season's over.
Trash.
It's the postseason cup.
Fire that coach. Been saying
I guess. But yeah, that's kind of funny.
That's all you had?
That's it.
Funny. Fire the coach of the 6th Division Spanish City Soccer Team Academy team. Fire that guy.
Got him.
Been saying it. I'm calling for his head. You heard it first here on Dahm.
You'll be the fan calling for his head.
Yes. The fan. All right. Is that it?
Yeah, it's
Twitter.com/SteamMachine, Twitter.com/OwenGoshDammit. If you're on YouTube, make sure you're liking and commenting, subscribing. Comment what Chiefs game you would like to go to this year.
Yes.
And then thank you again to all the patrons over at patreon.com/HelpDisaster. Shout out Joe, Aaron, Skylar, Dylan, Ozzy, and Mailbox Kansas City, now open in the Iron District. I'm trying to think.
Shout out the homies.
TikTok.com/SteamMachine.
Shout out the Stars. They advanced. And shout out the Panthers. They also advanced.
I refuse. Shut up.
But they beat the Leafs, Truman.
It is funny, too.
But they beat the Leafs.
I do have the Canadian teams.
Haha, lol Toronto. Ha 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 ha.
Might be Edmonton's here.
No.
So maybe go Stars. Bye.